Welcome, students, to the library portion of your Headwaters course. My name is Tiffany Wick, and I am one of the librarians here at Western. Today's video is a quick start guide intended to help you hit the ground running. You will also find a full transcript in this Canvas course that has the same information contained within this video. We'll cover 4 things today. We'll talk about what information literacy is, how it applies to you, as well as taking a look at your online Leslie J. Savage library and how to get help with your research. Not too bad, right? Let's get started. Okay, when you hear the term literacy, you probably think of reading skills, of being literate. Information literacy is also a skill. Actually, it's a set of skills that involve learning how to find and critically evaluate information, and we use these skills all the time. On your journey to becoming information literate, you will learn to ask questions about your information, such as where did it come from, or the source. And does the author have an agenda or bias? You will also examine how your life experiences and your own biases frame your reaction to information. We can see from the graphic that there's a lot to information literacy. There are several types of literacies under this umbrella, and with each type of literacy having its own skill set. This is why we say information literacy is applicable to life, not just student life. So, how about an example? Okay, let's say hypothetically that you saw a Reddit post reviewing an amazing new video game. Opening the link, you recognize the reviewer as a YouTube influencer whom you enjoy. This is a good time to ask yourself if the reviewer is actually excited about the game, or if they're excited for the likes and money their review will generate. Did this influencer purchase the game, or were they given a free advanced copy in exchange for their review? The answers to these questions may influence the content of their review and how much stake you can place in their review. There are so many examples in which we might be tempted to take information at face value. This goes for news, books, articles, blogs, and of course, reviews. So how can you tell what is real or reliable and what has been skewed by opinion, bias, or agenda? Information literacy doesn't just help you be a more successful student, it is relevant to all aspects of your life. Here are some examples. As consumers, we don't like getting suckered by fake reviews or unproven claims. We want what we purchase to match what we thought we were buying, whether that's clothing, a textbook, or fast food. To be a good citizen, we need to be able to think critically about the information we apply in decision making, like voting on ballot issues or which organizations to support. Leaders must carefully weigh information because their decisions can impact people. Maybe their decision affects your high school theater department or whether someone has the right to vote. As a student, information literacy skills will play an important role in your Western experience too. And then there's the curiosity factor. How many of us Google the answer to a random question? Maybe you mentioned this new factoid in conversation. Did you verify the information first? Or could you be spreading misinformation? We see this happen in social media, don't we? Fact-checking is part of information literacy. And the library is your information literacy partner. We provide you with access to research experts, your librarians, purchase access to scholarly information, your databases, and offer helpful tools, videos, and online guides to assist you. Speaking of online tools, let's move on to your online Savage library. You can find the library's website in a couple of ways. You can type in the URL, library.western.edu. You don't even need to add the lib at the end if you don't want to. And then you can just bookmark that to your browser, so it's easy to find next time. Alternatively, we can go to the Western website, and under Academics, you'll find Library here at the bottom, right? So either way, whichever works better for you. And the great thing about your online library is that it's always open. From this page, as a student, you have access to over 150 databases and thousands of books, articles, ebooks, and documentary films, and so much more. Let's take a minute for a quick tour of the website. And we're going to start with these bolded headings. Collections contain the distinct categories of material that we offer, right? Borrow and request. If we don't have something you're looking for, there's a good chance we can borrow it from another library. Prospector and Marmot allows you to request things with your Mountaineer card. The back of your ID, that barcode number, is your library card. Instruction is where you will find class guides, style guides with citation examples, and a whole lot of video tutorials. This is a pretty great place to get tips. And then if we skip on over to the About, here's where you can find our hours for the entire month, as well as contact information for the library team. Okay, now for some of those red tabs. OneSearch, which is our default tab, searches the vast majority of library materials, physical and digital items. It won't search everything, but it will search most of it. And over here, books and media, oops, sorry about that. Books and media, it's just that, physical items, books, DVDs, CDs, games, etc. You'll even find some Overdrive ebooks in there too. Skipping over to reserves, this is where you can check to see if we have a textbook set aside for your class. Right, you can search by your class name or by instructor. And then over here, research and class guides. This is a shortcut so that you can see if we have a guide created for your class by searching for it, or you can just see the whole list. So, as I mentioned, your friendly librarians are research experts, and we are always happy to help. So here are a few ways that you can get that help. You probably noticed the chat pop open. Right, here's our Ask a Librarian chat. This is great for quick questions like, do we have a textbook on reserve for your class? Or, what time do you close? Right? You might also notice that there's a Meet with a Librarian button. That is the same tool as Book a Librarian up here at the top. Both of them will get you an appointment so that we can spend time digging into your research problem and help you find appropriate sources. We can also help you with citing. Ask a Question will submit your question to the General Library email account, which gets checked every morning. And finally, you are always welcome to take a chance and see if we are in our offices and available. So that's your online library in a nutshell. There is much more to explore, but I leave that to you. Okay, now to wrap up. Within this Canvas page, you will find instructions for a scavenger hunt, your library travel guide. Think of this exercise as your passport to some expected and unexpected library spaces and resources. We will be on hand to assist you if you get stuck or need help. So with that, good luck and have fun.